Okay, the index is opening about 40 points higher, 10,870, 42 now on the index. Right now, holding on. Sun Pharma is up about 3.5% right now, so that's looking quite interesting. ITC is up about 2%. Coal India is up about 1.5%. So these are a couple of names looking good. Indiabulls Housing also opening higher, 1.2%. ONGC up about 1%. Now the Nifty is putting on some weight. In fact, up 52 points now on the Nifty, 10,883. And Sun Pharma really is your stock of the moment, up 4% right now. ITC is having a big run. In fact, the biggest contribution to the index right now is from ITC. Out of nowhere, that stock up 2.5% in opening. Coal India also up about 2%, like we mentioned. Ayesha is continuing its pullback. GSW Steel continuing its pullback. After yesterday's decline, TCS making a bit of a comeback. Reliance making a comeback. 55 points higher now on the Nifty. We could be headed towards 10,900 fairly soon because this opening hasn't been sold into at all. On the downside, you have Infosys, which is down about 1%. HPCL, crude's gone up, so that's having a bit of an impact. Axis Bank, there's still some overhang of that OFS perhaps, so that's down about 1/3 of 1%. But it's a decent opening. 52 points higher is what you have on the Nifty right now.
Yes, decent opening for the mid-caps as well. In tandem with the frontliners, actually, the mid-cap index is up about 100-odd points. The market breadth is pretty solid, so 3:1 almost in favor of advances. Over 800 stocks on the advancing side. In terms of result reactions, you have, BATA, of course, that's up about 1.5%. Despite those sky-high valuations, BATA continues to move up higher. Now up, 1.5% there. Spark, along with Sun Pharma, is up almost about 3.5%, so keep an eye out on Spark. JK Papers is also reacting to its numbers, up almost about 3% over there. A couple of other stocks, Prestige Estates had a good showing this time around, so that stock is also reacting to earnings. In fact, some profit-taking coming in there. Matrimony had a very weak set of numbers, so that one is down. Concor is down after its numbers to 3% lower there. And a couple of other stocks from the broader markets, Jet Airways, Motherson Sumi, etc., are making an attempt for a comeback. But it's really Spark that catches your attention now. Almost 4% higher and big volumes getting traded. And a couple of more stocks like RCF, etc. are reacting to numbers as well. ADAG stocks making a bit of a comeback. So RelCap is up about 1.5%. But good going for the market, at least the gainers on the gaining end. On the losing end, Dish TV is down about 3%. CG Power is down post its numbers. And a couple of others. In fact, now some of the ADAG stocks are coming off. So Relcom, Relinfra, Relpower are in the red. But otherwise, it's a good opening.
Yeah, I was looking at one specific stock, which was IOL Chemicals. Some people who've been tracking it would notice the massive move on it. And numbers are very good, by the way, for the quarter gone by. So that one's gaining ground 11%. It's near its 52-week high, this stock. The other one that stands out, some of the SL Group stocks, Z Media was, for instance, up yesterday as well. It's opened out positive this morning. But otherwise, Indian Hotels, JK Paper, these are the big reactions on the upside. Renuka is up, but more importantly, let's see if we can get Balrampur and some of the other sugar stocks on the screen as well to see the opening over there. That's been largely a sweet space in the market in the last couple of days. Yes, positive start for something like a Balrampur, Chini as well. Keep an eye out on Concor and Natco Pharma. These were the disappointments in terms of results over the evening. Overall, markets holding on to gains of about 50 points. Anuj, right now, I think everything's moving in step, mid caps and the large caps. For now, this seems like a nice opening for the bulls after a long time, but just for now.
Yeah, just for now, it's a good opening. I think for me, the stock of the morning really is Oil India because, it's about market positioning. Like you've seen, Sun Pharma has actually slipped off a bit after opening lower. But in case of Oil India, you had the market yesterday ending at the low point. And, like the CLS is making this case that perhaps trading below the bear case valuation, that stock. So from the valuation point of view, I think that's the one stock which is looking quite interesting. Sun Pharma slipped off a bit after opening higher. So let's see. I think let's also pull out NCC as well. That's also a stock where, yesterday you had some gains. If that is continuing or not, that's something that we'll find out. But really, you have to map the risk reward. 2% higher right now, of course, is what you have on that. But let's take it to our experts then. Ashwini, is this a gap that you want to sell or is there any other trade here?
See, you have to sell into the gap because it does not look like there is great amounts of follow-through, and basically we are in a swing on the downside. So keep your stop at about say 10, 9, 20, etc., and see how far the short trade gets you there's nothing climatic about this action, but it's 50 points plus minus. So after the first half an hour, if you don't get highs, chances are that the market has again used this 30-point move to sell off, and that's what you can really see right now. So just go ahead and short and see what happens. Chances are you will get rewarded on the downside.
So
okay,
well, looking to short this. I was just looking at ITC, Sonia. I mean, that's really, from where has this move come? It's such a range stock, last several months, not even days. And suddenly you're getting a 3% sort of uptick on it. So,
in fact, if you pull up the contribution plate, you'll notice that almost 17 points out of the 47 points on the Nifty is contributed only by ITC this morning. Rest of the other stocks don't have too much of a contribution. So HDFC, Reliance, TCS are about 5 points each. But look at ITC, almost 16 points coming in from there itself.
So, Sudarshan, just a chart check maybe on this one. ITC, next levels to track. Is it a long trade at all?
No, it's not a long trade. It's certainly an interesting watch. I mean, here is a stock that's a large cap stock, able to manage the index. So I wouldn't buy ITC. Tomorrow morning, it could be a very different story for the same share. The view for the Nifty is almost the same. Wait patiently. If you get a rally, then we sell into the rally. If we don't get it, then we should be short anyway.
Okay, by the way, there's an interesting move happening on both Bata and Sun Pharma after seeing initial profit taking both moving up now. So that's looking quite interesting. Mitesh, your thoughts on these two names, and also Oil India, that's also making a big move right now.
So, Anuj, disclaimer, Sun Pharma, I think we've just bought some positions over here. I think today, getting past this 440 zone and stabilizing with a gap, I think should see the stock in good stead. I think I'm looking at targets close to about 465 to begin with, possibly 480 eventually. Bata also is a stock which, as I said, I think, getting past 1205 should add to the momentum in the short term. It's not gapped up because it kind of came down intraday and filled the gap, but I think it's made an intraday fresh swing high. So I would be comfortable buying this one with a very tight stop of 1% from here. 1209, 1208 is what I recommend on the cash side, and 1250 should be your first target.
Okay, well, a couple of more stocks actually. Indiabulls Housing Finance is making a bit of a comeback, so up almost about 2.5% there after a massive fall of almost 10% that we've seen so far this month. And from the real estate space, Godrej Properties, Oberoi Realty are stocks that are moving up. So Darshan, anything that you've noticed post-market opening that is worth a comment?
Nothing. This market is going to be pretty choppy today. That's the only comment I can make. And again, my favorite, Reliance, is a buying opportunity because if it's not ITC, if the markets will hold, it will be because of Reliance. So it's worth taking a long trade there.
It's worth taking a long trade here. Gentlemen, thanks a lot for taking us through the market opening. We'll keep coming back to you. For now, the stock of the moment really is Bata because it opened higher, then it cooled off a bit, and now has made a fresh high. So it happens. Initially there's some profit taking immediately after numbers, but after that there's a big pickup happening on that stock. Also, keep an eye on Sun Pharma as well. That's also beginning to make a fresh move right now. And of course, Oil India also now making highs of the day. So these are few names which really stand out. Let's move on then.